Noble, why are you using a sock as a pop filter? Side bow. Watch the video. I don't really know about you niggas, but as a newly 21-year-old man in 2025, Halloween just doesn't really do it for me anymore. Unless I'm chaperoning for my little brothers, dragging my big ass out of the house to go trick-or-treating at this point just kind of looks very crazy, and you know, I don't really get out enough to get invited to a Halloween party. Even before I became an adult, my dad was always like a freak Christian who believed that Halloween was like a pagan, Satan worshipping holiday. So like even growing up, Halloween was kind of just a non-factor on my calendar. In 2023 though, something changed, at least for me, because that was the first ever Deepwoken Hallowtide event. For anyone who clicked on this video and somehow doesn't know what Hallowtide is essentially just Deepwoken's annual Halloween event. It brings with it all the usual Hallowtide festivities like Hallowtide Joy and Hallowtide Weapons. Hallowtide, at least the way I see it, has always kind of been a holdover. Typically in Deepwoken, we receive our major game-changing content updates at the end of every year, and Hallowtide kind of just served as a bridge to lead us towards that content. Obviously last year we got Blood Rend, which in and of itself was major content, but that was the exception, not the rule. I would say though that this year's Blood Rend had similar levels of hype and expectations to last year's Hallowtide, and that had everything to do with Hallowtide appearing as a major point on the roadmap and Ragusa returning to the dev team as a developer. People were expecting big things, and I feel like I can tentatively say after the event is basically over at this point, this shit kinda sucked, and for more reasons than just not meeting my already pretty high expectations. Today, I want to take the time to look at this year's Hallowtide, what's wrong with it, if there really is anything wrong with it, or if I'm just a fucking delusional idiot, FOMO events like Hallowtide in general, and what the scale of Hallowtide could mean for the other points on the Deepwoken timeline. As always, if these are topics that interest you, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the Noble channel. I'm trying to hit 6K. I don't think we'll hit it before the end of the year, but that's okay. That's fine. We got all 2026. Join the Discord down below. It's dead. I'm trying to revive the Discord. It's going to be so lit when it's revived. Without further ado, let's get into the content.
Am I happy with who I am?
Am I happy with who I am?
Am I happy with the people around me?
Am I happy with the people around me?
I think the very best way for me to talk about Hallowtide this year not meeting my expectations is to first call into memory previous Hallowtide celebrations to kind of give more context to what my expectations were. For anyone who wasn't playing Deepwoken during the original Dark Ages, Deepwoken was in a somewhat dire spot prior to the first Hallowtide event, which ironically is not too dissimilar from what we're experiencing today. During that period of time, we received very little content, and people were unsure if a Halloween event was even going to come into the game, but one did, in the form of Hallowtide. The first ever Hallowtide's festivities were pretty bare bones, but at least the way I see it, they didn't need to be that incredible back then. The first Hallowtide event essentially just boiled down to making a Hallowtide mask and run around the map scaring NPCs to receive Hallowtide joy. You could exchange this joy for a variety of resources like the event exclusive weapons and the highly sought after at the time deep gems. At that point in the game's life, a lot of the stuff you could exchange joy for, including the gems that I just mentioned, were incredibly difficult to come by. So naturally an event that brought these highly sought after items to the masses was looked at favorably. The first ever Hallowtide essentially set the foundation for what Hallowtide was, and frankly, it was pretty fucking good. Now, the second Hallowtide brought with it a new minigame to farm joy in the form of the Gourd Skipper's Trial, alongside its own set of Halloween-themed weaponry. Finally, the most recent Hallowtide prior to the current one in 2024 brought with it the Blood Rend Attunement, as well as its own set of themed weapons. So with all of that in mind, I feel like you can kind of start to see where my expectations are starting to form. Every single year, Hallowtide is scaled up. More content, more creativity, and just more reason to log back in. The event went from a very simple little scare NPC gimmick to full-blown mini-games and entire attunements being added to the game. So when we saw Ragusa rejoin the dev team and Hallowtide sitting right there on the official roadmap, I think a lot of us assumed this year was gonna be the Hallowtide, the biggest, most ambitious Hallowtide yet. A Hallowtide that would remind us why we all love the world of Deepwoken so fucking much. And that brings us to the real question of this video. What did we get this time around? We got the same shit as last year. I'll be honest, the weapons we got this year are cool as fuck. Like, we're getting closer and closer every single day to being able to make the full Fortnite Deepwoken build, and that's a dream of mine. I'd even say that the armor and the set bonuses we received are super fucking cool. Where at least my disappointment stems from is the fact that the event itself didn't really change at all. The core gameplay loop of mindlessly grinding Gourd Skipper trials for joy to exchange for various things is the exact fucking same. Sure, you can still scare NPCs for joy, but like, nobody's fucking doing that. I don't think it's crazy to say that nobody really likes doing Gourd Skipper trials. They're really just there as a means to an end due to it being the fastest way for you to get joy. The process of farming Gourd Skippers is so fucking mind-numbing that people don't even actually do it. They set up a macro, crawl into their twin-size Victorian-style era bed, and take a fucking nap for 11 hours. And when they wake up, they either have 10 trillion joy or a wiped slot. Just the fact that we've been playing this dog shit game mode for 3 years with no real improvements to it besides making it harder to macro really goes to show you just how much Hallowtide is stagnated as an event. Listen, I fully get the argument that if it's not broken, don't fix it. Maybe it's just me though. But when most of the people engaging with the minigame aren't even sitting at their fucking computers actively playing, just due to how awful this dog shit minigame is, then maybe it is broken and we should fucking fix it. And the thing is, Hallowtide didn't need some insane overhaul to feel fresh. It didn't need a whole new map area. It didn't need a lore dump. It didn't need a fucking second Blood Rand. All it really needed was something to break up the same tired loop we've been stuck in for 3 fucking years. Something that actually asked players to engage with the content instead of clocking in for their fucking hourly shift at Joy Corp. And the easiest, most obvious way to have done that, in my opinion, would have been with an event boss. Like I said earlier, people don't like doing gourd skipper trials. They are purely a means to an end. And in my opinion, just from what I've seen from others, they don't really generate a high level of excitement either. Which granted, makes sense for a game mode that is optimally played by being unconscious. In my opinion, an event boss would instantaneously fix this issue. First off, a real boss fight actually gives players something to do / chase during the event. Just by having a new boss in the game, you encourage people to learn, team up, theory craft, and come up with the best ways to fight the boss. For content creators too, just having that event boss adds a lot of replayability and a lot of new content you can make. No shade at all to the people making gods on macros. Y'all niggas are doing a great service for the community, especially my nigga Wormcake. But I feel like if I was an outsider and not a content creator who somewhat regularly covers this game, and a lot of the content I was seeing for the major Halloween event that appeared on the official roadmap was just people circumventing the minigame to get to the actual goop that they want, I would probably just tap out, man. A boss would also give Hallowtide much more of an identity instead of it just being the event where you fucking do gourd skipper trials until your eyes glaze over. Above all though, a boss respects the player's time. You go in 5 to 10 minutes, kill the boss, collect your goop, and then you're fucking done. Much better, at least in my opinion, than the 20-hour slogfest we have currently, where you fucking set up your macro and pray to Allah that your fucking thing doesn't explode while you dream of electric sheep. With the boss, you niggas could even have your stupid ass, dumb ass, fuck ass, dead rare cosmetics that you guys love spamming now. Enjoy it. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy, but with Ragusa returning and Hallowtide in big bold letters on the roadmap, I felt like an overhaul to the current tired system of Hallowtide we currently have wasn't just a good idea, but frankly the bare minimum. But unfortunately here we are playing the same 3-year-old loop duct taped onto a new set of weapons. But yeah, no, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this annual episode of Old Black Man Yells at Cloud, make sure you like and subscribe to the Noble channel. Join my Discord. My Discord is so dead and only you can revive it. Join my Discord right now down below. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo, back to coding, trans rights. I'll see y'all later.